So we're doing this interview for a crowd of investors to learn more about the collaboration between Lendahand and funding societies. Vikas, can you introduce yourself and the company for us?
Sure. Thanks a lot, Lynn. Thanks for the opportunity to be able to speak to you as well as your pool of investors. So I'm privileged to be giving this interview. Personally, my background is in financial services. Have been with banks and financial institutions for most of my career. Been with funding societies for last 8 years now, and I have handled multiple roles. Currently, I look after the ESG or the impact piece, which is also very close to what Lendahand does. In terms of the company itself, we started in 2015, and we have grown quite fast to become the largest SME digital financing platform in Southeast Asia. We have presence across 5 markets, which includes Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore. So far, we have given out more than 3 billion euros worth of loans across 5 million transactions and to more than 80,000 SMEs. We typically provide short-term funding to underserved SMEs with limited access to capital, but the ones who are looking to grow their business. So we typically do not fund companies under distress or businesses under distress. We also focus on SMA lending in particular, because not only does it help to support local communities, but also creates jobs and contributes back to the economy of the countries.
Thank you, and that's a whole lot of entrepreneurs that you already were able to support. Because our mutual goal between Lendahand and funding societies is to make a positive social impact for entrepreneurs in Indonesia. And what would you say are their biggest challenges?
Small business entrepreneurs face short-term cash flow issues because the payment cycles that they have with their suppliers is quite short. So they need to make payments immediately, while the funds that they receive from the clients typically takes a lot longer. And this means that they have a short-term cash flow issue because they have to pay salaries, rent, and other expenses upfront. To bridge this gap, they need funding, which is more often than not difficult for them to get from banks because banks would ask for either collaterals or a long track record. And many of these SMEs do not have, even though they are deserving. So we come in there and we try to support them with short-term funding, which helps them to grow fast and to be able to be eligible for larger bank loans in future.
And so it doesn't never require collateral then? Or because I'm just very curious if it's not too risky then for funding societies.
Yeah, so I think what we need to understand is the reason why banks ask for collaterals is because they want to do long-term loans. Short-term loans are not profitable. And for them, because they are not able to, they have a lot of fixed costs, which they are not able to manage. They're also more brick and mortar compared to being online. So for them, longer term loans make sense. We only do short term, and we don't need to have a collateral to fund these SMEs.
Great, thank you. And how has working with Lendahand and the crowdfinancing you receive through Lendahand contributed to making an impact on the local communities?
Yeah, so Lendahand has been one of our long-term partners. We've been working together for almost 4 years now. We started around COVID times in 2020. That was the first time I met the Lendahand team when they visited Southeast Asia. We are truly appreciative of this collaboration. Lendahand has been a very close partner to us, helped us in our growth journey. In fact, since 2020, our business has doubled, right? And Lendahand has been supporting us throughout these years by funding us, and in turn, us being able to fund the underlying SMEs, especially in Indonesia. So far, we have received more than 6.7 million euros from Lendahand, and we have been able to make repayments always on time. So hopefully we can continue that trend and continue to help the the small businesses grow in this part of the world.
Yeah. And what's next for funding societies?
We are looking at Lendahand also supporting us for Vietnam market. And Vietnam is another impact market with very low penetration of bank funding, just like Indonesia. So we believe that we can really make a difference there. And we are glad that Lendahand is joining us in that journey to fund more small businesses in Vietnam.
We're equally glad and excited about that. And yeah, I'm wondering if you have a short message to our crowd of investors that are with us today.
Sure. So we are extremely thankful to all of you who have supported our campaigns over the years. You have helped many small businesses in Indonesia so far, and I hope you will also support businesses in Vietnam when we launch those campaigns. It should be coming in soon. And we hope that investors in Europe, across Europe and not just Netherlands, are able to make reasonable returns from these investments while also creating impact by helping the small businesses. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Vikas. We'll wrap it up for today and see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.